Hi, I'm Ginger Lapid Bogda, and I'm going to share a few things, actually three things, that are not so obvious about Enneagram 5s. Now, 5s are often considered mysterious individuals on the Enneagram because they keep very private, they keep to themselves, they don't show a lot of animation. Um, what's theirs is theirs, and they share what they want with whom they want. But they also disconnect in real time from emotions. So it's kind of like sometimes they're told they're hard for other people to read. So here's some insider look at the 5. So one sort of non-obvious thing is that many 5s have the most pure of feelings almost of any of the Enneagram types. Because while they disconnect in the moment from their feelings in the moment, they will often go out over them later. It could be 5 minutes, 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months, but they re-experience their experience and emotions in their real time when they feel comfortable to do so. And because they do this on a regular basis, not with all feelings, not all experiences, but those that matter to them for some reason, then what happens is those feelings kind of, it's like pure water. It doesn't get contaminated by outside elements because they're kind of sharing and experiencing and processing and reflecting on their own. So the purity of the expression of feelings, the love, the anger, the care, the fear, can be almost more refined and distilled in the Enneagram 5s than in almost any other type. The second area that's maybe not so obvious is that, it's probably not very obvious actually is that many 5s have I call secret lives. Now, I can't really go into what those secret lives are because they're by definition secret. And you take this person who's an Enneagram 5, who's private anyway, and even with their closest people, there is a place that many of them have. It's a private space that they go to, they think about, they participate in, that they just don't share, and it's very, very, very secret. So I'll give you an example of one that I can share. When I first learned about this, which was it was several decades ago, a very dear friend of mine who's a 5, who's the head of Department of Psychiatry at a major university, he said, Ginger, there's something you should understand about 5s. He said, what I do, what I do is I'll go to a new city and I have a pair of leather pants that I never wear anyplace else. And I will put them in my suitcase and then I put them on and then I go to the part of the city where it's like, where maybe there's brothels, maybe there's drug dealers, maybe there's a lot of the kind of life I'm not living, but I'm very intrigued by. And I don't participate in it, but I go in my leather pants and I just go there and I just sort of experience it and I watch it. And I do that on a very continuous basis when I travel. And I often say to people in programs, when there's 5s, do you have a secret life? Don't tell me. And they laugh, and they have one. Or with people who are in close relationships with 5s, I'll say, you think you are, but just ask them and watch their reaction. They always come back and say, yes, absolutely. So that's the second area. The third is what I would say is the spontaneity that you can actually, 5s often can engage in, because they feel like the most self-contained of all the types. But when they are comfortable and when they're kind of letting their energy flow, which they do when they're private with people they're very close to, they feel very good. They can be like funny and silly and wacky and do all kinds of very spontaneous things, way beyond what people can be spontaneous, but very, very spontaneous in ways that I rarely see in people. So unprescribed, unplanned, and just really in the moment. So these are some areas I think about 5s that could be helpful to understand when you're trying to understand yourself or understand people who you're trying to help type or people in your lives. So